of the chapter is law of returns to scale. Returns to scale takes place when both the factors, that is fixed factor and variable factor, are changed in equal proportion. In the long run. So law of returns to factor takes place in the short run, because only there we are changing only one factor. Returns to scale takes place in the long run when both the factor, variable and fixed, are changed. Okay. There are three types of returns to scale: increasing returns, constant returns and diminishing returns. Increasing returns takes place when increase in output is more than increase in input. Increase in output is more than increase in input. So when increase in output is more than increase in input, we call it increasing returns to scale. Suppose I am using 1 unit of land and 2 units of labor. So my output was 100%. Now I am using 2 units of land and 4 units of labor. That is, I increased land by 2 units and I increased labor by 2 units. So 2 units of land and 4 units of labor. My output increased to 250. My output increased to 250 units. So when I was using 1 unit of land and 2 units of labor, my output was 100 units. When I increased the proportion from 2 units of land and 4 units of labor, it increased to 250 units. Now when I am using 4 units of land and 8 units of labor, see, my output is increasing to 600 units. So increase in output is more than increase in inputs. So this is increasing returns to scale. Now, increasing returns to scale have internal economies and external economies. That is what I am going to explain now. Now, what are this increasing economy and what is this internal economy and external economy? Economies means benefits due to large scale of production. Economies, the word is economies. Economies means benefit due to large scale of production. In long run, as we can alter both the inputs, land and labor, the production is in large scale. So benefits from the large scale of production is called economies. Now, economies of scale can be classified into 2 categories that I said: internal economies and external economies. Now, what is internal economies? It is the benefit of large scale of production which are available to a firm within its own operation. That is, suppose the technology has been upgraded. So obviously it is within your own operation and the output is increasing by a large scale. What is external economies? This is when there is infrastructural changes. That is, I am increasing my factory shed. I am increasing the size of the factory so that I can increase my production. So when infrastructural changes are done, we face external economies. And the benefits of the large scale of production are enjoyed by the whole industry. Okay? In case of internal economies, either there is a technological upgradation or increase in labor, or there is new machines which is increasing the production to a large scale. Okay, so it is enjoyed by a firm. External economies, when there are infrastructural changes, that is, I am increasing my factory shed, increasing the capacity of the factory, it is enjoyed by the whole industry. Next we have constant returns to scale. When proportionate increase in output is equal to the increase in input. When increase in output is proportionate, is equal to the increase in input. Okay? See, suppose I am using 4 units of capital and 8 units of labor. So my output was 600 units. I increased the capital, that is land, by 4 units more, that is 8 units of capital, and I am increasing labor by 8 units. So I am increasing land by 4 units and labor by 8 units. So 8 units of capital and 16 units of labor is giving me 1200 units of output. Now, again I am increasing the amount of capital and labor. That is 16 units of capital and 32 units of labor is giving me 2400 units of output. See, the output is proportional. 600 it was, it increased by 600 to 1200. Then again 2400 units it got increased, that is, it increased by 1200. Okay, so there is proportionate increase in output to proportionate increase in inputs. Inputs are also increasing by proportionate units, that is, land by 4 units increased and labor by 8 units. In the next phase it was land by 8 units and the labor by next units. Okay, so in this way, as the inputs are increasing by proportionate unit, the output is also increasing by proportionate unit. Next is diminishing returns to factor. In case of diminishing returns to factor, what is happening? When proportionate increase in total output is less than the increase in input. In increasing returns, increase in output was more than increase in input. In constant returns, increase in output is proportionate to increase in input. In diminishing returns, increase in output is less than the increase in input. Okay.